Hello, it's Tristan here from ZebraInvest, and today I've got a cracking opportunity for you to be able to go out and find some deals. And it's finding them in a very different way to what you usually do. And what am I talking about? I'm talking about student HMOs. Well, why would you be interested in those, Tristan? Well, there's a few different things you can do with them. One, I've done it and I've successfully done it and flipped and turned around empty, tired student flats and turn them into really desirable houses that people will want to buy and people want to rent in and live in as their own home. But two, you can find properties where they're sitting, so they're sitting empty. You've got landlords who are motivated, they've got them empty, they're going to be sitting empty, they're not getting any rent for them, costs are going through the roof, and they just want rid of them. So they might be at a point where they want to sell. The other side of it is they've got it listed on the market for rent. So if you're someone who's out there doing rent to rent out there and you're trying to find deals like that you can go out, rent the properties, then rent it by the room and split the different and kind of arbitrage and make the money there. Great time to find those as well. And especially when you've got students who are also going to be moving back to their home cities, but they don't necessarily want to move back in with their parents. And also, this is a great way to be able to find opportunities that are going to be good for lease options. So agreeing to rent the building, look after it, manage if it's your own property. So what am I talking about, Tristan? So what I want you to do, and I'm going to jump in and show you how I do this, but I'm going to head straight over to Rightmove. We're going to look for student properties. They're on the market for rent. And I'm going to head down to, let's go head up to Nottingham, for example, to show you what's there. So what I'm going to do first of all is I'm just going to head over to Google, or head over to Rightmove, and then I'm just going to head over to Nottingham. And granted, I do not know Nottingham like the top of my hand. You know, once for stag do, so I am not going to be the best at this. But we're going to say we want 3 bedrooms plus. We only want to have houses, and ideally, we really want bigger the better to make sure it stacks. But you're going to be able to see, like, I've got the whole of Nottingham covered there. But what I'm going to do is we're going to go one with the oldest listed, and hopefully we're going to look for anything where it's had its price drops. Actually, I'm going to go up to at least, say, 6, let's go with 5 bedrooms, because we know about 5, 6 bedrooms, that's where the money stacks. So as we come down here, we're going to try and look for anything that's actually in half decent condition, or well, it depends what you want. If you want them rent to rent, you want something in half decent condition, where they're going to take a lower rent. Or if you want something where you're going to be targeting it to send them a letter in the post, you really want to have a property that's, say, a little bit rough around the edges and you can target and it's performing below the average rent. I'm saying an average rent for a student in Norwich, I know, is about £400. Well, on the cheap side is £400 a room. And the kind of decent side is about 500 a room, and top end is 600. So admittedly, I don't know a huge amount about this in the area. Let's turn this around. Rather than all this, we're going to go with cheapest. Lowest price, because that's where people are desperate to get someone in. I don't want the £400 a month room, so I was about right in saying how much a room is around here. Let's just kind of skip past all of that. And then we'll get past the room onlys. So we're coming down, and the idea is we just want to find the landlords who are just struggling to rent them out, and they're just trying to get rid. So you can see there is some nicer stuff here at the £600 marks. The rents aren't that far different. So Norwich, there's a lot of them. Here we go. So we're starting to get in here. So look, we have got here 5 bedroom in Long Eaton. I don't know Long Eaton. I don't know where it is, but I can tell you probably £1,150. It's a pretty good price. 5 bedrooms. Here we've got another one here. That's £70 a week. Maybe that might work. Good little area there. And you can see that you're picking up. There's some opportunities here. And what you simply do is you go through and find these properties, like I've seen here. And it is a 5 bed. That looks like it's in quite good condition, actually. It is a 5 bedroom house, as it was described, 5 bedrooms. Then that is a ridiculously low rent per room, and you could easily get more than, say, about £200 a month for those rooms if you then rented them out on a rent-to-rent basis. You can go in and jump in and try and use the HMO contact list or HMO list to find out who the landlord is. You can go jump in, get a copy of the freehold title if you've got property data. You can jump in, get the plot title here, and then you can download those and find out who owns that property to then send them a letter. Personally, I then send those kind of people a rent-to-rent letter to say, look, would you be interested? The other side you can do with exactly the same simple process is you can send them another letter that says, look, are you interested in selling? Are you interested in renting? I can do it either which way. Then you've got your lease option. The main idea is just getting that communication, get the conversation going to get started. But it's a great way is how I picked up my first 2 HMOs in Southampton. Well, first 2 when I was running ZebraInvest, since I've run ZebraInvest, on Johnson Street and on Winton Street. And it's a really good way of being able to target landlords who are actually motivated at the moment, they've got a problem, and you can already see how you can add value. So anyway, hopefully you found this video useful and you'll get out there, find some cracking deals in your area. If you do, let me know in the comments below. Hopefully you like this video, and if you aren't subscribed already, please subscribe and let anyone else know who you think this content might be useful to. Cheers!